Hello, everyone, and thank you so much for joining us for your AEW Rampage and Smackdown post-show. It's August 26th, and tonight's show is brought to you by NordVPN, our friends over there. Speaking of friends, I got Alex Cardoza in the house. How are you?
Hi, I'm so happy to be here with you this fine Friday evening.
We appreciate you joining us, and we also appreciate Super Chats, and we appreciate Humper Chats, and we appreciate just leaving a thumbs up on this video. Darn it, it's a free way to help people find us in the algorithms. And we also appreciate you subscribing to Fightful Select, where we've had more AEW drama news coming out. We had today's SmackDown plans revealed early. So if you are interested in the latest and greatest breaking news in professional wrestling, head over to FightfulSelect.com for just $5 a month. You also get post shows in a more sour vein, though. Our sourness is waning as we see WWE continue to improve. Alex Pulowski and oftentimes myself are behind the paywall every Monday and Friday doing Raw and SmackDown reviews. A little more in depth, totally different flavor, a bunch of fun. So check those out. And you'll also get Alex and I doing a lot of pay-per-view post shows as well, too. So if you want to check out something other than what's on the main, you can join us over there at Fightful Select. And you can even join us on Twitch, Alex. You can go to twitch.tv/FightfulGaming. You can send in chats that way. You can send in bits. We appreciate your support on whatever platform you're willing to give it to us.
Send over all those big old biddies.
That's right. Send them biddies, baby. Not baddies, but biddies. So, I think tonight we'll start with SmackDown. This is a double tape. We didn't see both episodes today, obviously, but as they prepare to go to the UK for Clash of the Castle, they did back-to-back tapings. So we got tonight's episode, which I gotta say was pretty good. I feel like in Raw we saw rapid improvement, and I think in SmackDown, for me, I think we're seeing like a little bit more gradual improvement, and tonight felt pretty good. And AEW Rampage was a blast too, but there was a lot of newsworthy stuff happening on SmackDown, so we are gonna start with that. But before we even dive into that, we're gonna thank Robert Yamgata for his super chat sent in to us. It's the Cadest of all time and Mark Sterling's #1 fan, other Alex. Well, thank you. Yes, it is. It's this duo tonight. Carl R. chiming in saying it's Friday night, and you know what that means. Scissor me, Mama Kate. We appreciate your chat. I know Ryan Ben saying #mirror Alex was all over the promos tonight. LOL. And we are going to dive into that. But starting with SmackDown, we start off with what I thought was a very fun match with Ricochet and Corbin. Again, I love when we kind of get to matches really quickly in the beginning of the show. I really appreciate it. Ideally, opening with action is my favorite way to go. We got Ricochet and Corbin, and I thought something that was outstanding. When you give matches more time like this, you get to see more depth of what people can do, and I think that has really benefited Corbin early on in the post-Vince era, or whatever you want to call it, because his ring IQ and his in-ring work has come a really long way. Somehow, sneakily, in the very weird happy Corbin nonsense, he was still continuing to improve despite the creative and the storylines being a little bit weird, but a lot of great counter wrestling in this. We see Corbin avoiding a springboard in this and then going for a choke slam that was countered with the Hurricane Rana by Ricochet. Eventually, we get him hitting a wheel kick and going right into a beautiful shooting star press. My God, does he have a beautiful shooting star press for the win here. But I really, really like when we get just a little bit more time for these because I feel like we get to see more of what everyone can do. Of course, Ricochet is like a walking highlight reel, but I'm really so impressed by the logical progression of Baron Corbin. I feel like week over week, we see him doing more smart things. And I think matches like this with like fast pace, high flying guys are Drew Corbin's like best case scenario. I think it accentuates all of his strengths and hides a couple of those weaknesses that we see from time to time. But I really liked this opener. What did you think of this?
Yeah, I mean, when was the last time you and I spoke so highly and coveted of SmackDown, or even an opening match on SmackDown, right? But yeah, this was pretty dope, man. Ricochet is still killing it, and it looks to me like, and this is for the entirety of the show, I'm not talking just about this match, but it looks to me like they are having a lot more freedom in what they're choosing to do in and out of the ring, besides their words when they're doing promos. Now it looks like the matches are becoming a little bit more realistic looking. There's a lot of things that are happening in the ring. Obviously, if you get smacked by one of these wrestlers, it doesn't get any realer than that, right? But it's not choreographed as it was before. They're very loose in the ring. It's great to see.
Yeah, it is. It feels like there's a lot more freedom, and with someone as experienced as both of these guys are, really, but especially Ricochet, it's like, why wouldn't you? Why wouldn't you let them just go? You know, they're both plenty capable. They don't need a ton of overproduction and direction, but a lot of fun here, and some super chats and humper chats that are rolling in. The Bad One Jam Beard asking, where's the real Alex? Well, he will be on Sour Grapes after this tonight, or possibly during this. Sometimes you get started a little bit early and then I hop on over there. But that's where you can find Alex Pulowski as opposed to
fake Alex.
I'm not going to call you fake Alex. I'll call you Alex with the OnlyFans like you were labeled before. But
Matt, going back to that in a second.
Matt Wright Keel chiming in saying Monday starts 10 consecutive days of wrestling. Good friend Kate and Alex, could you guys see Sasha and Naomi showing up on Monday? I don't think they are going to. Oh my God. I can't curse, but clown shows. Hey, Gareth, nobody gives a crap. Get a life. Find something better to do on a Friday night than crap on an entire promotion. You look like an idiot. You look like a fool yourself. Nobody gives a crap, and we don't tolerate it here. So, anyway, we were actually talking good things on WWE, which is really refreshing, but I don't see Sasha and Naomi showing up until after Clash at the Castle. I feel like the finals of that tag tournament happened there. If they were going to enter the tournament before that, we would have seen that happen by now. I know there's been an unfortunate situation with this side of the bracket, but I feel like the move is, if they are signed and they are going to re-enter as a tag team to be the first challengers to this control group that we have going on, I think stepping up to Io and Dakota would be a super fun place for them to come in, but I think that that happens after, so that rules. We got Tom LaValle chiming in saying, happy Friday, the leggy blonde onion and sexy shoulder Alex on the screen. Major shout out to Robin. His weight loss journey motivates me constantly. Buddy, motivates me too. Our very own Rob Wilkins, who you can catch on Fightful Overbooked, and you can also catch on Fightful Select and Coexisting with Rob and Maggie. Oh my God, get a life, bro.
How is this even happening? Why are they here?
He's just a dork. We're not going to give him any more screen time than that, but Rob Wilkins, who we will talk about, has been on a heck of a weight loss journey. He shared a post about it today. It's not like my place to say it on here, but really, really inspirational stuff. He's come a really, really long way. And since he started his weight loss journey, he said he hasn't missed a Monday through Friday go since he began it. And we're so proud of him. And it inspires me too. He made me go back to the gym, and also then I subsequently signed up for like a new health plan. So we love
Very
Rob.
nice.
I'm so glad that someone sent him money to talk about it, because it gives me an excuse to brag about a good friend of mine. But we got the Bad One Jam Beard saying SmackDown may have the bloodline, but Fightful has the blonde onion line. Acknowledge your mama graps. Damn right. But switching back into SmackDown.
I can watch you do that all day.
I'm sure, you know what? I should start my own OnlyFans, because I could probably make a lot of money off of that. But moving along, we got a nice tease between the Street Profits and Hit Row, and a hype package for Drew. And we see this hype package kind of woven in and out throughout the episode. I really liked it, and I appreciate them acknowledging his journey like in an authentic way. They talk about him getting released and how it lit a fire under him to come back and be the top contender that he is, which I think is it's just nice when things feel more real. I really liked it. Did you like these little packages that we got?
Yeah, they're doing some incredible work with between the titles, really bringing prestige to them, and these little vignettes where they're bringing in storylines and It's something that was missing. It was something forbidden. You wouldn't talk about people getting released. You wouldn't bring up, what they were doing outside of the E. And I feel like ever since, since the last month, I want to say now, you can tell that they're putting so much effort and time into stories so that you can follow along and connect with the people, right? Remember, I hated Drew McIntyre. I didn't want to hear him talk. All of a
Yeah.
sudden, I'm like, yeah, okay, maybe you can say a couple words. I'm good with it.
Yeah, I think that this has been a really beneficial shift for him. We started to see it like the earlier weeks, and then all of a sudden it felt like because you had even talked about it too, like the physicality of Drew McIntyre was never the issue, and I really liked Drew from a couple years ago, but like then we had this weird history teacher iteration, and then his mom was in his sword. It was just weird, but I'm very glad that we're getting back to something more authentic. I loved this package, and then we also followed up with a nice Killer Cross promo that, while I didn't love the black and white, like this just gets weirder to me. Like in NXT, he was a magician, and now he's like a leather zaddy with his cool witchy hot wife. And now
Ladies and gentlemen, she has her quirks about this guy.
Here's the thing. I've liked some of his work on the indies. I like the promo that we got last week. I was just confused by the presentation. I like the promo that we got this week. I'm just confused by the presentation because it's black and white and they look like Hollywood starlets. Like, I'm just confused about where we're going with this, but ultimately the promo is good. Cross pretty much says that he hopes Drew is enjoying his moment at Clash at the Castle because he can put his arm through Drew's head at any moment. And you know what? If you're going to come in with violence as threatening as that, I'm on your side. I'm just kind of confused about like why the black and white filter just feels kind of awkward.
I know, but you got to remember they're trying to change things up. You don't want everything, they're still entertainment, correct?
Yeah.
So they're gonna be giving us weird things like this, So let's just think back about 4.5 weeks ago where we were at with the corniness that was in WWE. And I'll take a little bit black and white. NWO did black and white and nobody complained. Let's let this guy have his little black and white, Kate. Just once. That's it, just once.
But just okay. Cross was never
a magician.
I know, but the way he was brought in, he felt like a magician. I know he wasn't actually a magician, but his whole getup and the presentation felt very magician-y. I don't even mind the corniness. I would just like cohesion within that corniness, right? Like one week he's a motorcycle guy, and then another week I feel like he's in like a Humphrey Bogart movie. It's just bizarre. So I just want cohesion across it. But I liked what he said in the promo. It's just, to me, the presentation continues to be disjointed. But we're gonna move along to our fatal four-way that we got here. I really wanted to like this more than I did. Two legal competitors. Anyone can tag in, but only two legal competitors are already not my favorite tag rules. That always feels kind of weird to me, but this just like wasn't that great, unfortunately. Yeah. There was a cool spot that they tried to pull off with Dana doing a superplex to Nikki ASH, where she was landing on a pile of women, and Nikki looks like she went down really, really bad.
She had a grimace on her face. Yeah, her leg got caught underneath.
Yeah, that's
like
what it
a
looks
couple
like.
Bodies, so.
Yeah, which is, I mean, I don't think that was even necessarily like on Dana or on anybody. It's just the nature of the game when you're superplexing someone onto a pile of human beings. That's bound to happen from time to time, but ultimately Sonya grabs Nikki and pins her in the ring, which I think was a smart finish for a few reasons. One, for a heel to grab someone, throw them in the ring, and kind of get a cheap win is opportunistic, as we're going to talk about later in a promo that I actually really liked from Sonya. And I feel like it's actually a really good way to make sure, I don't know if that was the planned ending all along, but to make sure someone's not severely injured or going to get injured worse, that's actually a really, really good cover-up. So whether that was the plan or that was Sonya thinking on her feet, it probably was the plan based on the promo that we got later. But, and The in-ring on this wasn't great. I know this certainly wasn't what anybody was planning on for this tag tournament, but what did you think of this match, and what did you think of the outcome here?
It was weirdly paced for me in my head. I understood what they were trying to get out of it, but it was just it seemed out of place in the card. They weren't gelling as well as I normally thought the girls do, and they even when they were in the ring, they looked very slow and choreographed, like they were waiting for the next move to happen, which is very uncommon. I don't see that a lot. I did see it a lot in AEW in the beginning, but the girls have gotten so much better now out there, the women, that you don't see it anymore. But today's match looked like they were, and I understand they were kind of working at a certain pace because they were recording 2 shows. So yeah.
Just want to thank Andrew Daughtry for becoming a new YouTube member. We appreciate your support.
I'm sorry. I'm trying to bring us some worth to your show, Kate, here. Okay.
We appreciate the high level of production. I like it better than the Karrion Kross promos. But and guys, stop telling our moderator how to do his job. There's only so much he can do with Gareth, all right? He's blocking him. If he wants to put on slow mode, that's fine. Luis does his job. You don't tell him how to do it. Sorry if that seems harsh, but that's the way it goes around here. So we move on. We get a nice little IC title package for Sheamus as well, recapping what we saw last week, and I'm loving the rejuvenation of the mid-card. It's fantastic. And we also get a nice video for Shayna Baszler as well, and of all the things that have gotten rejuvenated as far as SmackDown goes, Ricochet getting screen time as a fan favorite and someone who deserves it makes me so happy. And this incredibly fast rehab of Shayna Baszler has been so impressive to me. What did you think of these 2 packages?
Yeah, same. I think that, I feel like Shayna is coming to be the one that we remembered in NXT. Like, he's setting her up for something really big, and I can't wait because I want her to go through the entire roster, just destroy everyone, eventually coming to terms with, I don't know who, maybe Charlotte comes back and you have that one-on-one, or they bring someone else into the fold. But I think she needs to just run wild through the SmackDown roster as soon as possible.
Yeah, I think this destruction of her, and whether or not she beats Liv, I feel like her and Ronda is the handwriting on the wall that they should have done forever ago. And if we get it with this version of Shayna, I am going to be so happy about it. I'm now seeing Luis get a lot of props in the chat, as he should, because you know what Luis does? He keeps the nerds out. I
was going to say something, but PG show.
It's all good. He keeps the nerds out, and a great way to make nerds disappear is not with NerdVPN, but with NordVPN.
NordVPN.com/Fightful. Block online trackers, annoying pop-up ads, unlock geo-blocked content. Maybe you missed the WWE Network. Maybe you want that AEW Plus. Maybe you want to subscribe to overseas services so you can get UFC pay-per-views at a reduced rate. Well, NordVPN.com/Fightful allows you to do that, and you can do it with 4 months for free with that link. Not only that, you get your 30-day money-back guarantee as well, just in case you don't like it for any reason. It works on all of your devices, so you can do this stuff wherever you are. Maybe you're on that unsecured Wi-Fi at the airport, the hotel. It can be dangerous. Your info is at risk, but you can still gain access to all that stuff. Check out all of your favorite shows, or maybe shows you haven't discovered before, with NordVPN.com/Fightful, now with multiple tiers, so you can get whatever services that you want. NordVPN.com/Fightful.
And heck, with all that money you're saving, you can go on over to Fightful, select and subscribe. Always more news coming out of there. There's only going to be more coming out with All Out coming up. There's only going to be more with Clash at the Castle. So please head on over there. And you know what? Shout out to Gareth for making us money, because you guys sent in super chats about it. Ones that make me laugh. The bad one champion saying, how lame does someone have to be to make the porn bots more welcome in the chat? pretty damn lame. All the attention that Pendejo will get. Very nice, Luis. I hope my Spanish wasn't the worst in the world. And we've got Matthew Plus also sending in money for Luis. That's how bad that dude is. He turned Matthew Plus our perpetual heel baby face in that. So, but we're going to move along here. We've got more coming down the pike on SmackDown. We have a nice kind of weave in and out of this episode with Sammy and the Bloodline, which are some of my favorite things going on in all of wrestling. I really, really liked it. It's just been a blast to see. So we see Jimmy telling Sammy that the crowd loved him in Montreal and he's so hyped for him. And then Jay reminds Sammy that he lost, just taking the wind out of his sails. Roman and Sammy are chatting about his loss, and Roman says that sometimes bad things happen and you bounce back, but Roman appreciated that Sammy at his back because that's what family does. Felt very fast and furious in a good way to me. Roman said that he would steal the show if he showed up in Sammy's main event, though, and kind of wishes him good luck. I've been really, really loving this stuff. I don't know about you, but I think it's been a blast. What did you think of this?
Yeah, I love me some Sami Zayn bloodline love that's going on right now. I said it last week. It reminded me a lot of Owen Hart joining the Nation of Domination. So I feel like, we need to get did she just leave? All right, it's my show now, Friday night. So we need to get some corn rolls on Sami Zayn. We need him to go out and do some type of crazy oos dance and head over to the ring. Oh, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Friday night here in Fightful, where I will be holding the show down while my co-host, actually the host of the show, gets herself together. Apparently, she's having some internet issues. I believe the trolls have gotten to her. So I apologize to you guys because Kate, the person you came to see, is not here right now. And you're stuck with me. All right. Let's see here. I can't pull up any of the super chats or anything because I am not the real host. So all I can do here is read what you guys are saying. The Alex Show, baby. God, I think he hacked Kate. Is she back? I see. There she is.
Oh, no. Here's Sean.
Oh, no, there he is.
I take just one Friday off of my life. One Friday off. And
Sean, it's been like 100 Fridays and my internet.
Sorry. I can't hear you. I can't hear you on your web TV muted.
He said web TV.
On her web TV. And here's the funny thing. In the little window that we see down below, she's still frozen like this.
Oh, God.
Unplug it. Plug it back in. I'll hold down the ship for now. Luis, send me the super chat document if you would. My God. We got trolls in the chat. Leave us a thumbs up, guys. That'd be greatly appreciated. Also, a quick plug, a quick reminder, FightfulSelect.com. And you know what? Since Kate won't do her job, we're bringing in other people.
Oh, do the job. Wow. Look at this.
Like, hold on. I want you guys to see what we see.
This is incredible.
Like, Kate has been frozen at the bottom of this. Like, you see it too, don't you, Alex?
I do see it.
So Kate has been frozen at the bottom like this since I appeared.
Yep.
But you know what? I feel like I've got a solution for Kate. And this is me hoping you all haven't done an ad read yet. NordVPN.com/Fightful. Because let me tell you, the internet service provider that I have right now, it's got that NAT2. It's got a lot of bad stuff for my PSN and stuff like that. So you know what I did? I applied the NordVPN.com/Fightful to my router. Right. That way, I would get increased internet speeds on PSN. And I had somebody come in here with it. It doesn't work like that. It sure did for me. It sure did for me. And I was able to, get around that dynamic ISP that PSN did not like too much. And you know what? You get 4 months free with nordvpn.com/Fightful. You get a 30-day money-back guarantee. It works on all your devices, even you, Kate, whether it be your phone that gets terrible internet, your PC that gets terrible internet, your laptop, your tablet, your web TV, whatever it is. nordvpn.com/Fightful has you covered. Multiple tiers as well. And by that, I don't mean the tears that we all shed for Kate's terrible internet. I mean tears that include a VPN, a pass, a locker, all that good stuff for your nordvpn.com/Fightful needs. If you want to get the WWE Network or AEW Plus, you can change your virtual location with just one click. Thanks to nordvpn.com/Fightful. I ordered the UFC pay-per-view much more affordably. Even helped out one of our wonderful, loyal viewers. But my gosh.
I love it. By the way, we're in the Fightful multiverse right now. Everyone's
are.
saying that there's two Alexes occupying the same space at the same time.
I know.
It's
This
true.
is incredible.
It's crazy.
Poor Kate. I feel bad for Kate. I almost just opened up a GoFundMe to start up a internet fund just so we can get her off of Optimum, because Optimum's really giving her a hard time.
I mean, Optima, is that an internet service?
Optimum, yeah, unfortunately.
Optimum? Look, she's trying to connect and it just straight up says device is not connected.
She's trying so hard.
Goes, oh, look at that.
Oh,
you guys see what we see.
There we is it good? We good?
She looks like she's in the Matt Facts videos when Matt Hardy was I can slam a tornado. Matt Fact. Kate's internet is dog shit.
It is
man.
dog shit. Pay me more.
Oh my God, what is happening?
It sounded like she started to sing.
She was giving T-Pain some
sounds like Max
competition there.
Headroom.
It sounded like the beginning of Kanye West's Stronger, like with the Daft Punk. That's what Kate was doing. What part are we at on this show right now?
We just finished talking about Shayna Baszler and her wicked promos and how she's gonna kill everyone.
Shayna's package.
Yep, Shayna's package. Yeah,
it is so fantastic to not have her biting people in the neck. It is so wonderful.
Wow,
like the categorical difference between these regimes.
Yeah,
it's like Triple H immediately stepped in and he's like, I'm just gonna assume that most people know that what happened before was complete horseshit, and that I'm just gonna right the ship on all this. That includes all the title belts. That includes people that haven't been booked worth a damn. I can tell you that Shayna Baszler and Ronda Rousey went out of their way personally. I'll have a report on Fightful Select about it pretty soon to make some sense out of the things that WWE did not care about making sense out of as of a month ago. And I'm just glad to see Shayna Baszler just in the fold. The fold, man.
Yep.
Yeah, and then shortly after that, we got into the New Day promo, taking a little page out of the old Kevin Nash book.
So when I saw the early plans for this show, I was like, are they gonna do that? Is that what they're gonna do? Because I had heard, oh yeah, we're gonna promote that the New Day is back, but I was like, but I see that there's all these things that are set for this show, like bandages and whatnot. But
she's on the chat.
Kate's on the chat.
Why won't my internet let me hang out with my friends?
Oh my God. Well, James says Alex 1 and 2 SRS visits, trolls, Kate falling into abyss. This stuff got crazy. Roy Zhang says Kate with the Will Washington auto tune.
I just noticed you changed your name to Alex too. This is incredible.
Well, yeah, of course.
Yeah,
of course.
It's like what is it called? No Way Home or whatever. It's like 3 Spider-Mans, 3 Alexes.
Let's do it.
And Alex number 2, I just want you to know I don't like what everybody says about you. I think you're a good Alex.
Thank you. I appreciate that. They really don't like my hot takes on Smart Mark, and I got my corny moment of the week here where I give it once in a while. So I think I'm having a good time here with you.
I think you should be proud of yourself. Roy Zhang says, Alex, you will need to self-scissor. Well, that doesn't narrow it down whatsoever. Matthew Plus says money to keep Kate away.
Wow.
Well, that didn't work.
Hey, robot Alex.
Any better?
Yeah, it's actually way better.
Okay,
It's,
good.
Good.
Good. I went and rebooted everything I could think to reboot. So
You were at a blistering 6.5 frames per second right now, and that is such an improvement.
It really is. Let's give her a round of applause, everyone.
Sage Justice says, for today, people owe Sean root beer for doing it. Next story, anyone sharing spoilers has to buy Kate better internet. I catch people all the time, like screenshotting the SmackDown plans, and they're like, what, me? I just see it on the timeline. I'm like, bitch, you owe me root beer. It's in the post. Alex Elizabeth says, here's to Kate getting rid of.
hi, Dad.
That's
rules.
good storytelling.
Maybe I just wanted to deliver you guys Sean Ross Sapp for once. Did you guys ever think of that? Maybe this was a part of my master plan.
I did an ad read.
Man.
I'm doing these super chats. Orion Ben says, so which Alex is Holland and who is Garfield here? Well, listen, I'm Garfield, but I'm not Andrew Garfield. I'm just the one that hates Mondays.
I'm definitely Toby Maguire.
Really?
Because
You're not
I'm
the oldest
because
one
I'm the
here.
oldest, and also because all my web shooters are organic.
Oh,
And it actually comes out of me.
Well, listen, if you want
that's another show.
organic web shooters to function properly,
Oh, but here we go.
check out our friends at BlueChew.com, code Fightful. Were they going to be a sponsor tonight? No. Are they? Yes.
Yes.
Get your first shipment free. Just pay $5 shipping when you go to BlueChew.com and use the code Fightful. It's prescribed online, shipped straight to your door. No awkward in-person conversations. I mean, you're definitely not going to be looking at two alternate versions of yourself. You'll be thinking about that old terrible version of yourself and saying, dang, I can sling web a whole lot better now.
Wow.
You're going to be a box office smash thanks to this. But listen, that's just because word's going to get around town. It's not going to be because your mailman knows. Why is that? Because it ships discreetly to your door in an anonymous package. But listen, there's not going to be anything anonymous about your package by the time you're done with BlueChew.com, code Fightful. Word's going to get out. People are going to know. People are going to be aware. Just go to BlueChew.com, code Fightful. Prescribe or get prescribed online. You take their little questionnaire. They find the active ingredient that's right for you. I'm just so shocked that Alex put me in a position to do an ad read within 6 minutes of doing another ad read. But listen, if you're tired of that 6 minute offense, so to speak,
Wow.
Yeah.
BlueChew.com, code Fightful.
I need to order me a couple packets.
This would break Denise. We can't ever mention it to her. She would have no idea what this means.
I'm very excited for her to find out what it means now, because that is more content for us. Jambeard says, if you want to feel like a Nord from Skyrim as well, then NordVPN.com/Fightful is right for you. Yes, I'm a nerd, Kate. Yes, you are, because I know some of those words. Zach says, can we get an Alex X Alex scissor? Hold on. There you go.
Wow, here we go, baby. Let's do this.
I always do that too, the wrong way.
It's so annoying.
We're doing it. We were just doing it. It was wild. Oh, there they are. They're reading.
Jambeard says Kate just had to rename herself to Alex to get better internet since she currently internet's from a potato. When did you move to Idaho, Kate? Because
Please, if I moved to Idaho, I would have quit this job.
wow,
I wouldn't need the money. It costs like $12 to live out there. Are you kidding?
I live in Kentucky and I still got this job. Jambeard says 2 Alexes. The multiverse is happening.
This is insane.
The 4 horsemen, Alexes.
Cyclops says the CompuServe internet is no selling Kate. She's there on her Tandy, ready to play some Stellar 7 on her floppy disk.
Guys, look at what happened since my internet cut out, okay? Sean showed up. We're making way more money off Super Chats because it happened.
Yeah.
Maybe I'm a mastermind like Sami Zayn.
Maybe
it's all part of the plan.
Yes.
And the very first ever Fightful 4-way scissor dance.
Yeah.
That's right.
Sir Brendo says, poor SRS working on his night off. Thanks, Kate. Well, I was working on my night off anyway. I do watch the shows. And Joel Pearl did some interviews, and I had to edit those. So,
Yeah,
Lord
poor
Kev,
Sean showing up to work.
Lord Kev says, we have fake Alex, my Alex, suave Alex, and she Alex.
Wow. Alexception.
I am Malucha says, I'm just here for fake Alex's wiki feet. Seriously, though, Kate. We're about to win again tonight, and we've won 6 straight. Bronx Bombers are back, baby.
Let's go.
Yeah. James says, Alexception. I am Malucha says, a couple bucks to get Kate some better web TV. I had web TV back in the day. I had it. That was my first exposure to the internet was web TV. It was terrible.
I used Net Zero.
That would have been a dream for me. Jambeard says Kate is back on the Oregon Trail with her internet. Yeah, and it died of dysentery.
Mm-hmm.
Carl R says all these run-ins by the Fightful crew has me feeling like Michael Cole when someone returns. Is it? Could it be? It is. What we should do is like the John Cena one from 2008 when they had 7 announcers.
Yes.
Oh my God. No way. This is unbelievable. Could it be? Yes. Roy Zhang says Kate using the TI-86.
Oh my goodness.
That's giving her a little bit of credit.
No, it's the TI-83 Plus. I'm not even at TI-86. Yeah. I'm still on the 83 model.
Yep.
She's stuck on the one where you can write boobs upside down, and that's about it.
Oh my gosh.
John says
in
a couple
your dreams,
minutes.
Fellas, all right? In your dreams.
Oh boy. Only shoulders coming soon. John said a couple minutes behind, but I just subscribed to nordvpn.com/Fightful, kind of related to SmackDown, but did you see up, down, down with Mansoor? He's great. I think Mansoor has consistently done really good with everything that he's done. The Saudi matches where he's like kind of thrown into the fire, I thought he did really, really well with those. I thought that he has done really well with Maximum Male Models, and I think he's entertaining on those streams as well. Matt Reichel says that Kate has dial-up modem. Yes, she does. Here's a funny story. I lived with my grandmother, I want to say probably 16 years ago, and a part of me moving in was that we got internet, but dial-up was the only kind of internet that was available there. It was like maybe, okay, it was 17, 18 years ago. So we had dial-up, and it happened to be that night, all the phone lines in town went down. She thought it was because we got internet. She thought that because we got internet, it ruined the entire town's phone lines, and she was very adamant that we not. But Nerd Guru says, all we're missing is Jeremy to make a run-in. Sean, did you sabotage Denise and Kate's internet this week? Also, 2 Alexes in 1 review. Dogs and cats living together? Well, I didn't. It would be far less frustrating for me if Kate's internet worked and if Denise's internet worked, but here we are.
I just got to say, if you ever need me, I am so reliable. I don't sound like a robot ever.
Please.
I even have sound effects.
You put over young talent, guys.
I like the sound effects. Hold on a second.
I'm sure I've got. You put them over and they try and sabotage you. You son of a bitch.
I feel bad for her. All I heard.
Hold on, I've got some too. Hold on, let me find it.
You know it's all about.
But I got sound effects.
Yep.
Here's a good one.
This is not a sound effect.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I heard that in my head really loud, by the way.
Yeah. That one's there. Listen, what else we got here? Look, we're on the Robin Maggie thing. What do they have on this Overbooked channel? Like, what is Jeremy doing over here?
What are you doing with my review that you complain is too long?
Listen, I don't care. You do the audio now. I don't give a shit how long it is. Go 3 hours all you want. I don't care.
Wow, I forgot about that.
As long as like you do the audio, I don't care. I don't do it anymore. What do we got here? Well, there's this one.
You know it's all about.
But
still there. Yep.
Yeah, that's a good one. It is still there.
Hey, if you want my internet to get better,
I'm gonna need $5.
Canceled. You can't do that to me. Listen,
what a
I feel
nerd
bad for all
got
the people.
eliminated
What?
by Denise.
Okay, what does Sour Graps have over here? Okay, okay, pizza,
Mhm.
decent looking pizzas.
Look at
Eddie
this shit.
Kingston, yeah. There's
Look at
seats.
young Minoru Suzuki.
Why you got a kangaroo on
Yo,
steroids?
wow.
It's
Why
a
wouldn't we
kangaroo
have
that's
a
going to
kangaroo?
kick Grayson Waller's ass. It's a much tougher Australian.
Oh, a tater kid. Listen,
We got balls.
listen. This is the customer service rep for Kate's internet. Well, I reckon it's still working.
That's optimum right there. You
Oh,
can't
man.
you can't gloss over a young Minoru Suzuki, man.
Oh yeah.
What a dreamboat.
Yeah.
Woo!
Oh, gorgeous.
Indeed.
This
We
is
got the
great.
AEW
Smackdown
post show
review.
here. Oh, this is a good one. That is just subject. That's so good, right?
Mhm.
There's this classic.
That's heat.
Yes.
What happened to the show?
Here's
I
one
can't-
that you'll appreciate, Kate.
We're just
Oh,
going
yeah?
through
That's
the
great.
StreamYard.
Frank Thomas absolutely fucks.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Best.
Oh, yeah.
Kate always says every time I'm on, something crazy's happening. Here it is.
It's true.
Kate is running around like,
What? Matt? What is going on? What is going on?
the GOAT, Joe Schmo.
Joe Schmo, man.
Why did I come back on the stream?
Matthew Plus says, okay, Sean, time to go. Nobody came for you here. Kay, thanks. Buddy, you're going to have to spend a lot more than $2 to kick me off of my own show.
No, Sean, stay and read the super chats because I'm scared if I open another tab, my internet's gonna come crashing down.
That's, you know what? That's fair. Jambeard says, no glossing over murder grandson. Yeah, not intentional. It's just that, we had a lot of other stuff to get to, important
sure.
things. Like I'm sorry for people who wanted an actual wrestling show. Mike Peterson
That's what
says
Alex and I always say.
it was listen. It was a good night too. Like I really liked Rampage too. Mike Peterson says I'm just donating so Kate doesn't steal my dog. Thank you to
No
Papa
problem.
Duff for subscribing to Let Me Put Over Our Twitch, Kate. Twitch.tv/Fightful Gaming. Thank you to Papa Duff. And Tabby Lava Lamp says, when did Kate get her AOL disc? Alex online was totally unexpected.
Oh,
Oh,
damn.
man. So, I'm going to leave you guys with some words of wisdom.
All right.
If you still take steroids, you're an idiot.
Thank you guys so much for...
Oh, thank you, boss.
Thank you for coming in. I had, I'm still fairly new here, so I didn't know how to. I was like, all right, I'll continue the show, but is Kate gonna kill me? So thank you for coming in.
No, as long as it's not a dissertation on why you don't like Smart Mark. I have no idea what segment you left off at.
Oh, he doesn't like
Where were
Smart Mark. He doesn't like Smart Mark. Oh, no. Uh-oh.
Would you look at that, Kevin? It's the police.
Oh, no. Oh, no.
Before we got on this, I told Alex, I was like, we're not going to go super long tonight. I'm going to try and keep
She
it
did.
like
She
a nice
gave me.
pithy
She was
show.
counting
I
me
have
down.
commentaries
Sean.
tomorrow. I was going to try and let the big guy start graps early. And here we are.
Alex can start graps whenever the hell he wants at this point. Like, what's
That's
keeping,
true. It's
what's
true.
keeping him
But,
up?
I like to bring Kate along because it's more fun for me to tease her.
Aw.
Well, I've got to have like a cool outro line before I go, right?
What segment of SmackDown was the last one that you talked about? I have no idea.
You did.
Wipe yourself off. You dead.
Where did you guys start?
Alex is cut in half.
Literally, since you left, nothing has been discussed.
Yeah, I know. We kind of touched on Shayna's not biting people's necks, and then we moved over to the New Day, and we lost all hope after that because we kept on staring at you trying to come back.
I mean,
so we left off at the New Day.
All right. Well, the New Day segment wasn't bad, to be honest. I didn't hate it.
That's it.
I think
let's keep it going.
We can try. I'm
Poor
scared
Kate,
to open my
sorry.
super chat document. Don't be sorry.
Open it on your phone. Open it on your phone.
And I'll read the super chats.
You want to read it on your phone? No, you can't, right?
I have it open on my phone, but I don't think. Okay, we can do it on my phone. This is gonna be fun. We're gonna make it, you guys. I love
just
you.
Hanging out in case of emergency. All right.
I need Alex's cell phone
Alex
number so I can
pulling
text
double
him.
duty. Alex pulling double duty. Both of my Alexes. I appreciate you both.
You're welcome.
This New Day segment I thought was actually one of the only segments I've liked between these two. However, I don't feel like I need this feud to continue any longer, so kind of stuck with that. But Xavier Woods returns, which you would have known in advance if you were subscribed to FightfulSelect.com, which if you haven't been convinced to do that, as we've rolled out every possible video clip on StreamYard that we have for you, I don't know what will get you there, but basically New Day come out. Kofi Kingston and Xavier Woods give a very sincere seeming promo about how they underestimated the Viking Raiders, but the Viking Raiders come back and say that they're here to put the wounded birds out of their misery. And of course, wouldn't you know it, they fell right into the New Day's trap as they retaliate. Things break down here, though, and the Viking Raiders end up throwing Xavier Woods' wheelchair back at him. I liked the authenticity of the promo that Xavier Woods gave when he came back. I liked that he tied the pieces of the Viking funeral together with what we saw tonight. I thought that was really good. What I didn't like was I don't really need like this more feud to continue that much more. I guess we didn't really have a proper blow off to it, so hopefully we get that. But both of my Alexes will go right to left on the screen. Mr. Pulowski, what did you think? Or did you want to save it for sour grapes?
No, I just thought it was funny how Xavier started the segment in the ring in the wheelchair. But he would have had to either be like lifted by a forklift in there or actually walked into it. So everybody in the arena already knew that he was fine. Everybody would have seen him walk in there.
Come out.
But us at home were like, oh no, he's really hurt. He might have to retire. I always hate these whole like fake, I'm actually hurt, I have to go away for a while things, because it's like, swerve, I'm still okay. It feels like it's with how injuries actually happen in the business. It feels like you're just what's it called? You're tempting fate. Like let's not like because you got a guy who's in their own trio who's out for God knows how long. Let's not like make fun of I got to go away for a while speeches. But I did appreciate him pulling a Kevin Nash, throwing the blanket off, get it out of the wheelchair. I wish the toss of the kendo stick to Kofi had gone better, because it did force Ivar to stand there going like me know what do like it's bad.
The new vicious Viking cavemen, as it were. I like it.
Yeah.
Bonus Alex, what do you got for me?
Just move it along. I'm so tired of the corny ass freaking Viking idiots. Like, that's it. That's all I gotta say. My corny moment of the week goes to this segment.
There you go.
That's it.
I like it. I'm here for it. Did we talk about maximum male models, or you guys didn't even get to that while I was gone?
No, we didn't get to that. No.
No.
Okay. You know what? We'll tie that back in later. But we move along to Raquel and Aaliyah versus Natalya and Sonya. This is for who is advancing. We get a quick backstage here where Sonya says, I see the Alex that is sandwiched, heating up here. But we get an interview with Sonya and Natalya, and I really like that Sonya kind of takes the word opportunistic and turns it on its head a little bit. She's like, yeah, I'm opportunistic. I saw an opportunity and I took it. This is wrestling. I thought that was really, really good work from her. We also see Doudrop and Nikki ASH fighting in the back. I like that under the post-Vince regime, we have seen the backstage not look like a middle school dance where the boys are on one side and the girls are on one side. And when people are getting interviewed, nobody else exists around here. I think that's good. I hope it's facilitating a breakup because they both deserve, real pushes. And I don't think that's going to happen with them together. We'll see. But then we swing into the match. We'll do this all at once since tonight has already gone so far off the rails. The match was better than the 4-pack. I can say that about it at least. I don't have like a ton to say, but it finishes with Sonya missing a kick and then going right into the Sahana bomb. I am going to let my dear middle Alex take it because he is heated up over there. Alex, what did you think of this match and this segment, dare I ask?
Well, first of all, I don't want Doudrop and Nikki ASH to break up. I want Nikki Cross back and her to team with Doudrop because that's a great tag team, and we've never gotten to see them as the real tag team. Because remember when Doudrop came up to Nikki ASH when she was on a losing streak and said, "Are you ready to get serious?" And Nikki said, "Yeah." And the most serious we've seen her is turned from blue to black. And that's not the same thing at all. But also, Aaliyah did nothing in this match. She did nothing in this match.
She did one Lou Thesz press on the outside, and that was it.
And then Raquel just won without her. That was the whole thing. Just won without her.
We sure did, and we got Bayley in control also on commentary. There is a post-match stare down here. I think we have our own stare down coming in. Oh, look who it is. It's Sean Ross Sapp, the greatness on an Alex level mode.
Listen, I left a bit ago. I just want to say I showed up. I tripled the super chats.
Mm-hmm.
In the short amount of time since I left, there have been hardly any.
My shitty internet gave you a lot of those super chats, sir. Okay.
This is how I feel.
Just no, you look broke ass.
All right, you know what? Come to work sometimes then, Sean. Come to work. Come to work more consistently. If you want to claim those pay-per-view buys and pretend it wasn't my internet that was getting those
Oh. Wow.
Wow. I didn't want to have to do that. I'm sorry you guys saw that, kids. But you know what? He mutes me all the time. I had to remove him from the stream.
Get you, man.
Disorderly
I see
conduct.
You sitting on the couch, about to roll up that big old ball of nasty ass, sticky ass, stimmy ass Strebo. Ugh, that shit is weak. Watching Maury Povich.
Wow.
But you got to bring Maury into this from off screen, Sean.
I love that he's still there.
I'm just emptying my meme folder at this point. And let me tell you,
I was like, these aren't in the library anymore. This is just Sean's meme folder.
Let me tell you, I got a lot.
Shout out to my dad who's watching.
Quite frankly, we've seen a lot. That was just an interview with Kelly or Killer Kelly. That wasn't anything even like special. Like
that is. Are you saying Killer Kelly's not special? How dare you?
Oh, she's very special. I think she's wonderful. But you know what? You know what, Kate?
What, Sean?
I don't know. Am I supposed to have something to follow up with that?
No, but we can read a super... I mean, kind of, but we can read a super chat from Taylor Cannon who said, "Hey, Kate and Alex, number 2, aren't the finals of the women's tag tournament on Monday?"
Supposed to be, yeah.
Are they?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay, so there you go. I don't think Sasha and Naomi, if that was in relation to Sasha and Naomi, I don't think they show up at Clash at the Castle. I think that's a pop that you want back here in the States, and Clash of the Castle is going to be for kind of the UK talent to get to show off, I hope. But it's really Brian chiming in with a Humper Chat saying, New Jersey Appreciation Humper Chat, Kate, Alex, Liv, Sonia, Bruce Springsteen, and me. I'm originally from Bayonne and currently in Central Florida. I was at SmackDown in Orlando last month, and Toni Storm was in the souvenir program. I hope she got a cut of my $10. I'm going to guess not so much.
Yeah,
Girl,
it's not like we pay people better than anything, you know. Not like that happens. Can we get a step host? No, but you can get this.
Nothing but pure 100% sweat pant touches this skin in the winter months.
You can get that.
You are so weird.
Yes, I like it.
I love that you're like, you know what? Let's also just tempt Kate's bandwidth at the same time.
Yeah. I mean, this show's gonna get demonetized as hell. Like, there are like 12 bots on this thing right now. Like, there's no way that this thing's gonna survive. But listen, if you guys want a Denise run-in, she actually is in my meme folder.
So nobody snitch.
Is she in our folder throwing your ass out of the ring at GCW?
Whoa. You know what I think?
Fight like a man.
What do you think, Sean?
What you say?
Fight like a man.
Fight like a man.
Fight me like a man. Kate.
Sexist, Sean.
What?
I love that this show has hit the proverbial fan.
Yeah.
Be a star, not a bully.
Wow.
Well, I got one thing to say about that.
Who the hell do you think you are? You work for me.
That's actually that's a good one.
I'm the face that runs the place, buddy. All right? You don't show up here anymore. I'm the one carrying this show. I
don't know about that.
I set up broadcasts.
I know what you are.
Nerds.
And she's muted. I've never seen this side of you, Kate.
I've never seen
this
side.
You look a little
I've
flustered.
seen the side of Sean.
Do you guys want to see a live feed of Jeremy Lambert watching this all unfold?
Are you crying?
This is amazing.
He's a fan. He's a fan.
He's a big fan.
I wonder how many people. I mean, let me just say the viewership has climbed as well. It's doing really good right now.
Word has made it across the social webs. Is that what the kids call it today?
Yes.
This show has gone off the rocker.
I'm trolling. SmackDown is the most watched wrestling show every week
in the world.
Listen, I've had it today.
Sean,
I've
this
had
is
it
a
today.
show. This is the show that you're supposed to do with me every week. You could just come on here.
I could, but I mean, I've got other stuff I got to do.
And it gives me a chance to watch stuff like this unfold.
Like what? Like what, Sean? Because you're not doing it right now. You're playing memes. You're not even reviewing the show.
Sorry, I couldn't hear you. Your internet just left me.
I am speechless. I've been blindsided.
Are you having fun?
Yeah, a lot.
You know what I feel bad for? This fella right here.
Why?
He tried to do a good deed, and now his show is getting delayed because of these shenanigans.
Listen,
it's fine.
This guy's gonna be up at 4 a.m. like. That's Alex just chilling.
It's true. I'm a night owl.
That's
Bro.
amazing.
I don't even
on,
know.
bro.
I think we're at the main event.
Somebody said I'm Somebody said I'm slowly becoming Russo tonight. To that I say,
No comment. But yes.
Bro, how
Yeah?
could you say that, bro? Bro.
For less than a pumpkin spice latte, you can get yourself some Fightful Select.
the fact that I know the reference is very unfortunate to me. Very unfortunate to me.
My show.
Sorry.
Meanwhile, I just want to say, literally anybody he asks to subscribe to him says,
Thanks, man, but I don't have those kind of resources, dude.
I'm very proud of that one.
That was a pretty good one. I'm not gonna lie.
Is that pop?
Is that your root beer that somebody bought you? I hope.
It's in a Buc-ee's mug. I went to Buc-ee's. I tell you about me going to Buc-ee's.
You did not.
So I worked myself into a shoot. We got a Buc-ee's in Richmond. So I remember Richmond as I remember Richmond as the place I went to go. I trained with Jessamine Duke and a couple other pro fighters a couple times. And I was like, 20 minutes outside of Lexington. That's cool. Yeah, 20 minutes outside of the other side of Lexington that I live on. So it was like 50 minutes for me. And it was more like an hour to get to the actual Buc-ee's. And people had talked it up so much. I saw the great Ethan Page and Ruby Soho a battle. And I was like, I'm going to check this out. It wasn't that great. It was okay, but nothing I couldn't find in town. But I couldn't leave empty-handed. So I got this Buc-ee's mug.
You told that story on this show, Sean.
Yeah,
you told it the night of the Cody Rhodes.
Well, listen,
Scorched
the story
WWE
isn't for
story.
you. It's for the casuals. So,
But I never heard it before, so to me that was exciting.
Oh my
to
god!
listen to.
Suck up,
Oh my
suck
God.
up, bonus Alex. You want to talk about the main event, Root Beer Man?
yeah, sure.
Okay.
She's
It's
giving you the
between-
go
Of
home
which
cue.
show? SmackDown?
SmackDown, yeah.
Oh, Sami Zayn with the Bloodline is some of the best TV period
best.
right now. Better Call Saul off the air. All right, cool. Sami Zayn picking up the pieces for me.
Yep.
Might as well be Vince Gilligan writing this shit because it is phenomenal. The chemistry that they have together is wonderful. I love that Sami has repeatedly shown more of an effective allegiance to Roman Reigns than his own family has.
Mm-hmm.
And they have title belts to show for it. And Sami doesn't have anything. And also, I feel like Roman is using Sami a little bit because he feels a little bit threatened by the new attitude of Kevin Owens. So I think this is really good because he accomplishes a lot of things, a lot of manipulative things at once with Sami Zayn facing Drew McIntyre. Softens him up, keeps this guy in Owens a little bit like within arm's reach because Sami is his buddy. Keeps his eye on Sami, uses Sami even more. And then, of course, we saw what happened at the end. But yeah, we got to talk about wrestling? God. Got to talk about wrestling. Well, in that
Cutting
case.
to the end, Drew wins with a beautiful claim.
Let's go.
You just try to talk right through my videos. I wonder if people can hear it. I think you're muted when it happens, but whatever.
It
I
does
think
that
we're muted. We can hear
auto-mute
each other, but yeah, the world
Yeah.
cannot hear her continuing the story. She really wants to go home.
I really
You wanna
like
go
that
home?
Sami Zayn used.
You want to go home? Well, I get to, but you don't. And you know what?
Damn the rules. Bye.
What did I just watch?
That's an excellent question. I wish I had answers for you guys. I really do.
Well, that was SmackDown, right?
Drew won with the Claymore. There was a really fun spot where Sami eye raked into a sunset flip. I like that because eye rakes are a heel thing to do. And even though the Sami Zayn heel turn is on the way, I really appreciate that he's still doing heel things. Sean thinks he rules. Debatable. The trolls got frustrated and just left. They did, which I actually Thank you for that. But Alex, can you help with super chat? Oh my God, go away!
I just lost $1 to myself.
What?
You just aggravated this. Why? I just lost $1 to myself.
Splendid.
I have to do commentary tomorrow at Excite Wrestling. I have to drive to Bington in the morning.
Where are you going?
It's an hour and 5 minutes in. We
Oh,
haven't even
Jesus.
sniffed Rampage yet. But
No.
It's okay. I got
Pulowski,
Top
can you
Golf
run
tomorrow
super
morning.
chats?
Yeah.
Can you?
Yeah, sure.
Thank you, because they're not showing up on my phone. But
Oh, great.
we are gonna flip over into AEW Rampage. I'm sure Sean will be back at some point. But this opened with the House of Black versus the Dark Order. This was a really, really fun opener. I have in my notes here just holy crap, Bud Matthews kicks are incredible, which is true. We got a nice spine buster from 10 in here, but ultimately this ends real weird. Miro's music hits. He takes out Bud Matthews and Brody King. And oh my God. Thank God this man is not like planning on having children. Come on, just for your name. Just for the name.
That reminds me of Trolley, the Trolley commercial that they play during Raw. Oh, God.
What's up? What happened on wrestling?
What happened in
Well,
wrestling?
Miro interfered and miraculously this wasn't a DQ somehow.
Yeah, that
but
was weird to me. I had people saying, well, it's because it wasn't the legal man and it was outside the ring. Bitch, since when?
Yeah.
Yeah, bitch, since
What?
when?
Yep.
Ultimately, there's a roll up from Reynolds on Malachi Black, which him getting the pin also feels a little bit weird, but this should have been a DQ.
I halfway
Will
thought
Smith-
Miro was going to get the pin based on this reffing. Like
AEW refs, not the brightest tools in the crayon box, as they say. But we got a post-match beatdown on Miro, and Darby and Sting come in for the save here.
now
I
this
thought the
wasn't
match was good. I thought the ending was dog shit.
Sorry to interrupt. This obviously wasn't the first match of the evening for that crowd.
When are you sorry to interrupt?
Listen, don't make me mute you. That'd be very terrible if I had to mute you, and I don't want to do that. But like one of the first things you're taught when you wrestle is don't bury the ref in the first match, especially because then your audience is conditioned to be like, well, why is everybody else following the rules? Why are they paying attention to anything? And they buried the ref in the first match of this. Now it was probably like the 6th, 7th match that they had seen by then.
Right.
But I mean, it was a little much.
This is the meanest thing anyone has ever said about me.
Oh, Jesus.
And
Yikes.
people have said some mean
Damn.
shit about
That is
me.
that is
That's
bad.
That is the meanest. I've gotten death threats, but this right here,
That's too much.
way worse. Way worse.
Do you think they
That's
go through with it? Do you think they go through with it Sunday? Because like Tyrus is the type of guy where you can just full on false advertise him in the main event of a title match, and if they switch it for literally anybody else, I'm telling you, if they get Tootie Lynn Ramsey out there to main event against Trevor Murdoch, people are gonna be like, "Fucking rad, Tootie Lynn getting that chance instead of Tyrus." We're gonna be thrilled, and like that. It could be anybody. It could be anybody but Tyrus. And people are going to be like, well, good.
I held a Twitter poll that said, who would you like to see main event? Tyrus, Robert O'Neill, friend of the show, or a shoe. And Tyrus pulled 3%. And a shoe pulled like 47%.
Well, I want to know who stuffed that ballot box to get him to 3%. Is what I want to know.
That's what, yeah. I was like, I think Billy Corgan will do it because I think he thinks he's proving a point. And the point is he doesn't know how to book his own wrestling promotion. But
so he announced this like a day and a half after. I wouldn't even
this is
say
your fault.
I wouldn't even say I grilled him. But like we filmed this interview and it didn't come out for a couple weeks. And I was like, hey, what do you have to say about just Tyrus? And he was like, oh, well, separate the man from the talent. And I'm like, I don't think that's it, man. Completely separate of the political stuff and the lawsuits. He ain't good. He's
he's
bad.
terrible. He's terrible in the ring. His frog splash is just like a cartoon falling off of a cliff. He's awful. But I would like to know what my Alex has thought of this opening match.
Well, I thought it was going. I thought it was going all right. I liked that they're playing up the 10 having the hurt knee because, of course, eventually Hangman's going to have to step in for 10. I like that they're setting up the ground rules here. That's good.
Shout out to Sean for leaving when we start talking about wrestling.
Did you have to roll up Malachi? Was that the only option you had for in ending this match? Because that doesn't sit well with me. Also, Miro comes in. Miro wants to take on everybody by himself. They're beating the hell out of Miro. This is how you build a babyface. You get him beaten up by the damned numbers game. And then Darby and his goth dad got to come in here and ruin my Malachi versus Miro singles match. Now, I have no interest in this trios match. None. Don't give it to me. I want Miro versus Malachi. I want the pagan versus the man of God. I need that kickboxing versus brutal Eastern European grappling. I need that match. Instead, I got to watch Darby do his shtick all match, and then Sting to get in, be Sting, which is great, but just no-sell a bunch of Brody King's offense. I don't want that match. Give me Miro versus Malachi. It's not that hard. Thank you.
Bonus Alex, what did you think of this match?
It's Sting. Nah, just let's I'll jump on that. Can we just get one-on-ones? Why are we going so crazy with these trio matches, quadruple matches, putting a female women's champ with a non-champion and doing tag team wrestling? Like, can we just get back to the basics? Have one brute fight another brute and let them beat the living hell out of each other so that their freaking rankings could go up and they can continue moving forward towards whatever belt they want to put on around their manly, meaty waist.
And I also want to see Miro versus all three of these guys, because to me, the beauty of the House of Black is all three of these guys are so different. Like, a match with Miro versus Bud Matthews is so different than a match against Malachi Black is so different than a match against Brody King. Just give me that. Let's stop overcomplicating the storytelling. I agree with you there, but I am happy at the way the trios side of this is unfolding. I think it's super fun to have what looks like it's going to be the Elite versus the Dark Order with Hangman having to step in. I think it's such a good call.
That is good.
So
that's good.
I'm super excited about that, but any super chats about this, Alex? Or in general?
Let's see. Hold on. Hold on. What is that? I gotta go back. All right, here we go. We got so many super chats about just how ridiculous this show is. We have nothing about this.
Also, Walter and well, it's not Walter. It's Gunther and Sheamus, right?
Gunther and Sheamus had a stare down.
I think. I mean that's what it deserves. It was.
And
cool.
Then the Los Lotharios gave Mansois and Massey some spray paint to spray paint the wrong bus. That was another thing. We skipped over that. Honestly, who cares though?
Yeah. I know. I saw it on
I apologize, but I just had no idea what's happening on this show tonight. So.
Okay.
There's like a page and a half of just this is the craziest show ever super chats, which I guess I should read at some point.
Let's fold in 4 of them right now.
Okay, here we go. I am La Lucha says this is easily the greatest post show Fightful's ever done, and is proof positive. Wrestle Talk is for the jobbers. Love you guys. Cyclops says better than Wolverine says those Frank Thomas commercials are weird as hell. It's true. Remember,
they really are.
She'll like it too. Sex. And then James says, I remember that Riddle clip. That's true. Matt Reichel says, Sean is the John Moxley of this review. Undisputed king of this review. Well, he crowned himself. He's crowned himself.
Well, he also left. So,
yeah.
What did Kyle R say?
He abdicated the throne. Carl R says, best review ever.
Well, I'm glad somebody's enjoying it. No, I'm just kidding. This is the most this is the most fun that we can have on a Friday night. But we're going to come back to your super chats and humper chats. And we are going to move along to this very fun, quick little interview between Hook and Lexi Nair, where Hook basically is like, Matt Menard, never heard of him. Doesn't really give a crap. It's so fun, and he's so natural. Like, I know we keep saying it, but for how short of a time he's been doing this, Hook just has passed every test that's been thrown at him. And then Menard, of course, countering. I think this is going to be a really fun next defense for Hook. I think it's a really harmless win for Hook to get and for Menard to lose. And I think it makes sense that somebody in the Jericho Appreciation Society, a sports entertainer, would want to go after the FTW belt. Feels like perfectly suitable. What did you guys think of both this clip and what do you think of this little feud that we're building here?
I think Hook is basically to be turned into the Brooklyn version of my old impression of Pete Dunne. I don't care. That's his whole thing. That's fine. I like it a lot, but also loved Lexi Nair, who to me has always felt like the girl who doesn't know what kayfabe is. Like she looks like she just got this job because she knows somebody and she's hot or whatever. It just feels like that's her character as opposed to who that is. And so when like, hey, where is he? Where'd he go? You come back here. She's like, he's literally right over there. But with no sense of irony in her voice at all. Like she doesn't understand why Matt Menard can't see Hook. Like it's that literally I cackled. I thought that was great. But like, listen, I want Daddy Magic to be healthy again so he can wrestle some more. I like Ange Parker. I like him a lot, but I mean, Daddy Magic is a friggin' star waiting to happen.
I agree. Bonus, Alex, what do you think?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if Hook should really be talking all that much to begin with. I don't mind his little one-liners and stuff like that. But today felt like they actually gave him a bunch of lines that he should not be saying. I think I don't care would work best. I don't know. He hasn't found his big wrestler voice yet, right? And I know that sounds stupid because he's not a sports entertainer. He's more or less of a real life shoot wrestler. So a shooter, should I say? But yeah, it is what it is.
I think his dad will come in and help. That's what I'm.
That's what I hope. Yeah, and he needs to become the Paul Heyman of that company.
That I would love if Taz like produced all of Rampage or something. I think that would be a really fun division of labor. But we're gonna move along because you know what? We're not here. We're not two pump chumps like Ryan Nemeth called Wardlow today. They're kind of battling over the hometown crowd a little bit, which is fun. Nemeth is going off here, and then Wardlow interrupts him. And Sanjay and company are watching on as Wardlow does what he does best and just murders Ryan Nemeth, ultimately ending with the Powerbomb Symphony. This is fine. This is harmless. I do feel like we're getting a little bit squash happy on Rampage, though. This is the second week in a row where we've had 2 squashes in a row, but I also understand that they're not only moving storylines forward, but that we're also creeping up on a pay-per-view here, and we got to get this card in order. What did you guys think of this squash, and what did you think of Ryan Nemeth losing what felt like a very authentic shot at this title? I'm going to start with Alex from left to right here. We're going to start with bonus Alex first.
All right, let's start with me. Well, I felt like, number one, Wardlow's looking lean. He's looking lean as well. You know what I'm saying? Like you know what I'm saying? But yeah, he's also, you made a great point. The fact that we have a pay-per-view here coming up, the last thing you want is another person to get hurt. So they're going to be doing these little squash meetings and these little 7-way tags, you know, WWE a la carte style, you know, which I haven't seen in a while, by the way, at WWE, if you've noticed, or on AEW. So, but yeah, that's what I just they played it safe, which is fine.
Alex, your thoughts?
I want the crowd to do something for me. If everybody's in there, who's next time you see a Wardlow and you're in an AEW crowd, try doing this. Instead of chanting one more time for the power bomb, chant 10 more times. And then he does one and then do 9 more times. And then he does it again. Just count it down until he gets to the full 10 every time. Because I also think I would love to see him do an endurance test. Get a guy in there, 215 pounds. I want to see how many times he can powerbomb a guy about 215 pounds until he just gives out. Because I think the number is like way over 50. And I would just like to see as an endurance test. What the hell? Let's just keep it going. It doesn't have to be the same 215-pound guy for all 50. You could like cycle a few jobbers in there, but they should all be around the same weight, to keep it honest. That's what.
Also, we know which one of the Nemeth brothers is way better on the mic than the other. So,
it's true.
Well, you're talking to a Dolph Ziggler stan here, but fun enough. I'm now looking very forward to that trios match, knowing that we're going to get the Motor City Machine Guns. That feels like a blast. But Alex, any super chats and humper chats about this as I throw it over to you? Let's talk.
Tom LaValle says, I love it. This show's off the rails. We got to see Ryan Nemeth's soul leave his body. Daddy Magic is amazing on screen. And also, the batted to one Jam Beard says, do you think 2.0 eventually turn on Garcia because Jericho tells them to? Or do they stand up for their son when the split finally happens? I would like them to split just for a little bit, choosing one of them choosing Jericho and the other one choosing Garcia until the guy that chose Jericho realizes that's not the way to go and gets brought over and they can become their trios again. Honestly, Garcia and Daddy Magic and Parker together as like a fun, like quippy babyface squad could be a really cool little run for the trios title at some point in the future. Because we know that where Garcia is going is over toward Danielson. Immediately.
My only issue with that is I feel as though the more those parts of the Jericho Appreciation Society break away, the closer we are to Inner Circle 2.0, right? Like, I'm so over Sammy Guevara, Jake Hager, and Jericho all being a band of brothers. Like, that's getting very old. And we're going to get to Sammy Guevara and the incredible lack of interest in him, unfortunately, in a little bit here. But any more super chats and humper chats about this match? And then we'll talk about the silliness that is All of Us.
It's really Brian says, Ryan Nemeth said Wardlow was a 2-pump chump. If you don't want to be a 2-pump chump, head to bluechew.com and use the code Fightful. And then the batted to one Jam Beard says, Alex, Sanjay Dutt would be perfect for that endurance test as he gets power bombed for 100 times. I think Sanjay Dutt should volunteer. That's what I think.
I think that would be super fun. I'm also wondering if this trio came about because Satnam Singh isn't ready yet. So I think that was the whole thing. We were going to get Wardlow power bombing Sanjay, right? But I
think somebody back there was paying attention to the overwhelming response to this is what you have for Wardlow and FTR? Really? This. And they were like, well, how about it's FTR versus the Motor City Machine Guns? Kind of. I mean, it's a 6-man, but it's basically going to be that because that's going to be all kinds of great.
My bonus, Alex, are you excited for this trios match at All Out?
Yeah, I'm kind of curious as to where what happens afterwards, right?
Yeah.
Where they're going to go with this. One thing that I love about AEW is their long-term storytelling. So I'm hoping that this kind of like leads to other storylines or whatever, not just like this one-off, or
sure.
the teams just get discombobulated in one way or another. I don't know. It's just and then obviously with Wardlow still being TNT champion, what are we gonna feed him here in the next coming up months?
Yeah,
I think that could get very interesting.
A real feud.
Yeah, I'm hoping that who comes back to what to clean his what.
MJF returning could certainly be something that's interesting. Ethan Page stepping up for it could be something that's really fun as well. So we will see. Alex, any other super chats over there? Do you want to read some ones about our
Luis
silliness?
Polito says Alex Shelley appreciation chat. Luis super chat.
You don't need to super chat ourselves, but we appreciate it whenever you do. But we will move right along here to the Andrade family office, kind of. Andrade giving a promo here to saying that his family lost, and Rush basically saying his brother turned on him. Andrade says it's a consequence of war. I really wish they had given this a longer burn. This feels like Cora Jade and Roxanne Perez, where like they just got on television and immediately turned on each other. However, what's going to happen in the ring is going to be absolutely, absolutely awesome, I think. Any thoughts on this, fellas? We'll go with Sandwich Alex first.
Sandwich Alex.
Sandwich
Alex. I love Rush being like, my brother is weak and I destroyed him. He deserved it. That's some good stuff right there, because I totally buy it. I also love Cassidy like putting his hands on Jose the assistant. And I'm like, oh, Jose the assistant will bench press you into the sun. That dude works out.
Hell yeah, he does.
I'm all for the eventual match. It just feel like there's, when I hear the complaints about the roster is bloated, I always dismiss them until I see Andrade and I go, this is what you have for Andrade. Yeah. Like, this guy's been in your company forever at this point, and it seems like he's never sniffing the tip top of the company, which is where that dude belongs. Like, sure. I was really excited for like Los Facción Ingobernables.
Yeah.
But now it's still those two dudes. It's two dudes and an assistant. Like, fill that thing out with as many as you possibly can and actually do something with it. Yeah,
Sign Dragon Lee.
I feel like if Dragon Lee joins up with them at this point, it does not speak well of Dragon Lee. It's like, yeah, you're right. I shouldn't have lost, guys. You're right. Hey, by the way, thanks for taking my mask off. Like, no, you can't actually. You can never take that guy seriously.
Well, we will also see what happens when ROH comes into play. But Alex, on the end over there, what did you think of this?
I mean, there's just too much going on there. I wish that Andrade was like OG Alex just said, was on top of the card where he deserves to be. Eventually, someone's gonna come a calling, and he's gonna say "F it," because he's very vocal with his frustration. And now that things are better on the other side, wifey's gonna say, "Come back, daddy. come back over here with me," and he'll say, "Yeah."
It's interesting too, because we heard Charlotte getting pretty vocal and frustrated, and I think that's definitely about to change. But we move along here to Hobbs just murdering Ashton Day with two monster clothesline and then hitting Ricky Stark's pose, which was a whole lot of fun. Like I said before, I think we're getting a little bit squash happy here, but my God, Will Hobbs. I love everything that's going on with Starks and Hobbs, because it feels like it's accomplishing what pro wrestling is supposed to accomplish. It doesn't really matter who's going to win or lose out of this. I feel like it should be Starks, and I feel like it's going to be Starks, but both of them are emerging into individual talents that feel like really, really important wrestlers to the roster, quite frankly. Like, I think Hobbs has further to go than Ricky. I think Ricky's like, sign him up now, shoot him up the card, hot shot him. I don't care. Like, I'm all in on him, and Hobbs needs a little bit more time. But this feud is my favorite story in the company. I think this Punk and Moxley stuff is getting more interesting by the day, but this is definitely up there. Alex, on the end over there, what did you think of this?
You bum at the end. Speak.
Well, I know you're a Hobbs mark. You love Hobbs. So
I love Powerhouse Hobbs. I've been waiting for him to start doing his singles run. I know a thing or two about knowing a thing or two when it comes to the storyline between Hobbs and Starks, and you know, Kate, because I've been shooting you in the text and stuff in the privacy of our what's been going on there. But I think it's really good. You mentioned something too. He needs a mouthpiece. Hobbs should not be on the microphone. Hobbs is very, very green on the microphone. His skills are, I'm going to destroy someone and you're going to have to call the cops. That is what they need to stick to with Hobbs. Like, he should plow his way through every championship, eventually lose them, and get his way up there to the main title without ever saying a damn word. And he's gold. Maybe Taz, I don't know, something, but or if they decide to teach him how to talk better on the mic, but man, he is, when he gets up there, he is money.
Stokely Hathaway's got an open slot in that stable.
Stokely and Hobbs is wrestling gold forever.
Yes,
it makes wrestling like it's a historical pairing. Like we will look back on the run that Stokely and Hobbs had together. We will look back on it in 20 years and be like, man, that was one of the best manager and wrestler pairings ever. You just got to put them together. You just got to put them together. It would be just the best.
Alex, let's hop over into Super Chat land.
Let's do that. Let's do all of those things. So nothing for this match, unfortunately, but we got a whole bunch of other things from before. Orion Ben says no WBD censorship here on Super Sour Graps. Taylor Cannon says, just want to say,
around.
This last week has been rough. Thank you all for making my Friday night great. This has been awesome. Well, Taylor, you're super welcome. It's mostly Sean's fault because he just wouldn't let us just do the thing. And also Kate's internet, because I wouldn't even be here if it wasn't for Kate's internet. I had to ride in on a white horse to try and save the day like Gandalf. James says, really, you guys should just call OSHA. This work environment ain't it. It's true. We do need to call. We don't have an HR department. We need an HR department.
We need a union.
No.
This is what was happening in WWE. They didn't have an HR department. So the people on top, i.e. Sean, could just do whatever he wants and nobody could call him on it.
Shh, don't summon him back here. We're at a nice rhythm. We're at a nice rhythm. Give me more super chats. Let's go.
Zach Hicks says, I love Sean, but he can't win now. Super chats because he left. He doesn't get this one. Carl says Kate is so close to turning heel after the SRS run-in. All Elite Dan says best post show ever. I can't remember the last time I've laughed so hard. Thank you all for making this so much fun. It's crazy. And Chris Mueller says it's Alex, and Alex, the new Ed, and Eddie. Yes. Yes.
We got the 4-horse Alexes though at one point.
Yeah,
so.
that's true.
Oh, that's dope.
James says, Kate, they McMahoned the show. I don't know what that is reference to. But then the last one of these, Jam Beard says, Luis is the one sabotaging Kate by making her have more than one tab open on her 1889 dial-up connection.
Thank you. You figured it out. Guys, I can't believe nobody's in on this theory that I made my internet crap out to get Sean back on the show and to up Super Chat. I feel like you're underestimating me.
Yeah.
We'll dive back into this quick segment of Athena and Jade getting set up for All Out. Finally, we're going to get this. Stokely Hathaway noticeably absent and Layla Gray noticeably present as Jade basically swatted her out of the way. But I am very excited that we are finally getting Athena and Jade. I think this might be where Jade loses her title. I'm kind of hoping. I don't know what more there is left to be done here. But Sandwich Alex, what are your thoughts on this going into All Out?
My own proclivities about Athena, formerly Ember Moon, are oft talked about and well-known items of Fightful lore. For the longest time, anytime she wasn't on the show, I had to say, where does Ember Moon fit into all this? Because she was never used properly, and I love Athena. I don't think they've done enough story-wise to justify her beating Jade. I think that she's great, and I think the match should be awesome, and I think that she probably should beat Jade, but they haven't done enough really story-wise to justify finally. I think they were planning on doing that with Statlander. Eventually, Statlander was going to win at Grand Slam. She's from Staten Island. Like it was perfect, and they were going to do all that, but it feels like, well, Athena obviously gets the title shot, but they haven't really done the real work to get her to that point. On the other hand, if she won, I wouldn't be mad because I'd get Athena as champion, and that's great. But I think that there's something about Jade just being this unstoppable thing until you know what you want to do and you really build the right challenger. You give them the right story, and it becomes an undeniable thing. Like we're all be like, holy shit, this is going to happen. And until you have that, I don't think you could. I think it's better to keep the belt on Jade.
That's a fair vantage point. I agree with you that I think the Statlander injury definitely interfered. But guys, get in your super chats and your humper chats. We are getting close to coming down the home stretch, despite Sean's best efforts. But we're going to throw it to Alex on the end over there. What do you think about this match heading into All Out?
Jade is so much money. I mean, just I'm in love with Jade. I'm not gonna lie to you, man. She can bounce me like a basketball any day of the week. But do I think that Athena is gonna get the championship? No, I don't think I don't think she's gonna drop it yet. I'll be surprised if they do. But most likely, like you said before, there's gonna be some tomfoolery going on in this match. You know, people have to like make this title feel special. So I feel like more people need to run in and beat the crap out of each other. This ends in a DQ somehow. You know, Statlander might. You know, she's been posting some videos of her working out, so she looks like she's ready to come back. You know.
Yeah, there's just it said it was supposed to be out for a long time. That could have all been a huge work. I think that there's no reason you kick Layla Gray to the curb unless you got Red Velvet coming back or a surprise new baddie that shows up at All Out. You know what I mean? Whoever that
All
is.
Out always has the surprises.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
that is true.
Sasha Banks, the new baddie. True. Just kidding.
That would surprise me, but that would shock the world. And I can't say I'm surprised by anything in wrestling anymore after the year that we've had. But we will throw it to this mixed tag match that I thought was a lot of fun, but I do think Ruby Soho deserves better in the process. Sammy Guevara and Tay Melo versus Ruby Soho and Ortiz. Eventually, we'll just cut to the end here. Guevara wins this with a springboard cutter on Ortiz, and I thought this was a pretty fun match. Ruby Soho hitting a great Poison Rana on Sammy in this, but Tay hitting the crossbody from the top rope. We see Anna Jay get in the mix here as well. Justice for Ruby Soho, I guess. I don't know how many more times I can complain about this division and Ruby Soho not getting enough TV time, but from what I saw in front of me tonight, I really liked this mixed tag match. I want to see Ruby Soho feel more important in this women's division as I feel though she deserves it. Alex in the middle, what you got?
I mean, I love the Poison Rana. Like Ruby wrestles men. She did it all. She's done on the indies forever. She wrestled Swerve like 2 months ago or whatever. Apparently it was great. I haven't seen it, but like we went out, both signed to AEW, went out to an indie and did an awesome intergender match. It just feels like, I'm going to do one of these things. I understand like, oh, we can't have men wrestle women, you know, standards and practices or whatever. The censors would be all over us. But in a mixed tag match, just be a little looser with the whole tag in and out thing and allow things to happen. Like it's very odd to me. Nurguru says that Ruby Soho is such a sad story in AEW, literally done nothing with her. She keeps taking L's and gets nothing to do other than mixed tags. No one gives a shit about. Disappointing. I mean, I love Ruby, and it always makes me sad that like she's always the bridesmaid. Always.
Yeah. She
wasn't NXT. She was certainly way below bridesmaid. She might not have been able to invite her to the wedding on the main roster of WWE. And here just for like she showed up with all this fanfare. Everybody loved her. Here's her title shot. Sorry, we booked you to lose. And since then it's just been treading water. And it's too bad because she's really, really special in how she connects with the crowd, and the kind of there's a subsection of wrestling fans that will always be drawn to the misfits, and will always be like rooting for those people, and those people love spending money on the things that they love. So putting her in a big position and like throwing merch everywhere, those people were going to go crazy for. I'd never understand why you don't want to actually. When you don't want to cater to that dollar that it's out there willing to be spent.
I agree, and I feel like her not winning the Owen looks even more stupid. Like right now in this moment, her
Yeah.
not winning the Owen looks really, really lame. But
Yeah.
bonus Alex on the end. What did you think of the mixed tag tonight?
Yeah, it was a good match. Piggybacking off of the whole Ruby thing, I just feel like maybe perhaps she even knows that she wants to get out of this business. I don't know. It just feels like there's no momentum behind her. And then if you happen to put a rocket on her back, then it's, oh, here's Tony Khan pushing another WWE person, because it happens every single time an ex-WWE person is, put up somewhere prominent on the roster. So I don't know. I don't know what they're gonna do with her, but the match was great individually. Again, I don't know what they're doing with these people. Poor Ortiz too, by the way.
Matthew Plus
Yeah,
says
Ortiz,
the only
I
thing
feel
worse
like-
than. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Oh, I was just gonna say, Guevara also feeling lost in the shuffle here. I feel like anchoring him back down with Jericho was a terrible move. Nobody, and also
Well, yes.
keeping in mind this is the end of Rampage, but like no reaction for him whatsoever in this, none. What did Matthew
says the
Plus
only
have
thing-
to say?
Another thing worse than Sammy going over is Kate.
There's so many worse things.
Yeah.
There's so
Like
many
your
worse
internet. The bad one, Jam Beard says a big match for Jade. There would be a good spot for Jade to lose the title in. Be a crossover match with Impact's Jordan Grace. Give me Jordan Grace versus Jade Cargill. I don't care where you do it and what's promotion. Let me watch it. I'd like that. One more thing before we get into the Punk footage and the last thing. Hey, what that over there says, really hope Tony hires Maria to run AEW on ROH Women's Creative. Somebody, not him, because it's not working out for him. But then what's that over there? Says, I know I'm late, but I would love to see Darby get black misted by Malachi and turn on Sting and Miro. And then when wrestling House of Black, and I hope Butcher, Blade, and Bunny join the House of Black in Buffalo. That's a lot of people to join the House of Black, but I do love the idea that Darby is so dark inside already that the mist instantly turns him, as opposed to like over the course of several weeks and months with Julia Hart. Like he's already teetering on the brink, and the mist immediately turns him on Sting. Would be a really fun wrinkle that they'll never, ever, ever, ever do.
It would be the Judas in his mind, I think is what you're saying.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
But we are going to talk about the foot footage, the CM Punk foot footage. James saying, why did they mention CM? Thank you. I still got it, even at 10 of 1. Thanks, Sean. Why did they mention the CM Punk backstage comments like it was going to be relevant? I only saw about 7 seconds of his foot. Did I miss something? So I'll throw this to Middle Alex because I think there's a whole lot to say about this. But basically, he's saying it felt like the first time when the foot that he grabbed during the match was his plant foot. I think that's what the significance is here. There's so many different directions they can go with that one extremely small detail, which I think is so much fun. I think he's using his heel to possibly heel turn, Alex. Middle Alex. I turn the floor to you.
First, James says, why did they mention CM Punk backstage comments like it was going to be relevant? I only saw about 7 seconds of a foot. Did I miss something? No, you didn't miss anything, except for you missed everything, because in All Out, Punk goes in. It's like, no, I have to prove to myself that I am not the guy who got taken out in a minute in his MMA debut. I'm not that guy in wrestling. I can't be. I'm the best in the world. I need this to prove to myself that I can do it. I don't care how hurt my foot is. You need to give me that contract for this match. Tony Khan says, okay, fine. And so he goes in there and he fights through all the pain for like 15, 17, 20 minutes. And the crowd, because it's in Chicago, is really pulling for Punk. And Moxley, because he hates Punk, is really laying into him and really trying to hurt his foot. And then when the ref has his back turned, blatant low blow by Punk. Well, do we like that or not? Like we don't like, because Moxley's been a dick to him this whole time. We've been rooting for Punk because he's got a hurt foot. Would he have done that if his foot wasn't hurt? Would he have been in the position where he had to do that? And then the promo, the following Dynamite, becomes this whole thing of like, let's see how the crowd reacts, because the crowd in Chicago was going to cheer him no matter what. But moving on from there, Like, he cheated to get his title back. Now, did he have to? Yes. Otherwise, they're going to lose, and he wasn't going to allow himself to lose. There's all kinds of really cool stuff there. But Punk trying to fight through injury in this match with Moxley, who despises Punk, is a really, really interesting wrinkle. Or, you know, he's actually hurt, and they figure out something else for Mox to do it all out. Because I don't know. I honestly don't know.
I love not knowing. I think it's so much fun that we don't know because of all of the drama that had happened. I heard everything on my timeline from Punk is leaving wrestling up to he's actually injured to this is all worked. I love not knowing. CM Punk is the person in wrestling that has intrigued me the most. I also think this could be a catalyst for an MJF return. Punk realizing that he is writing checks that his body can't cash, just like Mox said in that promo. So who does he bring back in Chicago? The guy that beat him in Chicago. And I think MJF causing some sort of distraction could be so much fun. And I don't even like distraction finishes. I think they suck. But AEW's pretty good at them.
Hey, what's that over there? It says heel CM Punk versus face MJF. It's going to be wild.
I like... I think there's something really beautiful about the crystal clear picture of a very clear face and a very clear heel in wrestling. I think Paige and Omega was like the perfect example of that. Sometimes clean storytelling is really fun. Sometimes really muddy storytelling is also very fun. You want to give me that? Do it in Long Island. Do it at Grand Slam. I think there's so many different ways you can go with it, but I am very excited. Any other super chats and humper chats over there, Alex?
Well, Jesse Ozog says, I would like to see every woman on the roster hit at least one move on Sammy. He is the embodiment of Backpfeifenschnicken, which means a face in need of a slap.
I mean,
Thank
he's
you,
also
Jesse
supposed
Ozog.
to be. So thank you, Jesse.
Oh, yeah, that's true. All right.
Anything else over there?
Main event time.
It's time for the main event. And boy, what a main event we had. Claudio and Rhodes putting on a classic here. Dustin Rhodes, I felt like the story going into this was so much fun. I feel like I've said it week over week. Cesaro has been so comfortable on the mic. I loved this idea of them both saying, we know what it's like to both be told our entire careers, you should have held this title, you should have held that title. So much fun. I'm going to let you two talk about it, but I will just cut to the finish here saying that Cesaro won with the pop-up uppercut. Man, Cesaro's doing some incredible work right now. This is the Cesaro. I keep saying Cesaro. Claudio. Sorry, it's 1 a.m. Claudio. But to that point, this is who we knew Cesaro could have been in WWE, is this guy, right? I think Claudio is doing some super, super interesting stuff. I love the ROH title being an open challenge title, especially when ROH doesn't have TV yet. But Sandwich Alex, you love Claudio. I also do, but you have a really big spot in your heart for Claudio. Talk to me about what you thought about this match and your favorite spots.
I'm very happy for Claudio to be the ROH champion. To have a match like this with Dustin feels right. I mean, Dustin's been doing it for 35 years, folks. That's a long time.
Longer than my life, literally.
As the natural Dustin Rhodes, it's just so crazy. And Claudio is one of the most gifted wrestlers on the planet, but you don't realize how Dustin knows literally every hold there is to know, and he knows a counter for him, and he knows exactly where to be. He's the perfect guy. He'll never leave you hanging. He knows exactly what everything's supposed to. He knows where he's supposed to be. He knows where he's supposed to be 4 moves from now that haven't even been called in the ring yet. He knows that's what he brings to it. Something like this. That's why the match was great. Nobody believed Dustin Rhodes was going to win the match, but you get to watch these two because you forget about how long Claudio's been doing this as well. 2 guys who were absolute full-on veterans. It's crazy. I think Claudio's been doing 15 years, which is a crazy amount of time until you realize that Dustin's been doing it for 20 years longer than that. So these guys are just so great. And I thought the finish was weird. I didn't love how it felt like it was built in to do an inadvertent headbutt to the nards. It felt like that was part of the plan, and I didn't love that.
I would like to never see any headbutts ever again, especially flying ones. But get them out of here.
Yeah,
not great. End cap, Alex. What you got for me?
End cap, Alex. I feel this match was less about Claudio winning and more about Claudio making Dustin look amazing and protecting him throughout that entire match. Because some of the things that Dustin was pulling off in that match, the offense that he was giving, was top notch, was stuff that someone at his advanced stage in his wrestling career should not be doing the way he was doing it. And Claudio protected him the entire match, and it was great. And that's what my 2 cents are about this one. Obviously the right person went over. You're not just gonna hand over the ROH belt to anyone, at least not until their next big pay-per-view. And even then you might not even see that. But yeah, I felt like that was just more about Dustin just solidifying his career a little bit further, and someone like Claudio making him look like a damn superstar.
Yeah, this was a whole bunch of fun and a really fun way to close out what was honestly a really solid night of wrestling. I felt like on both shows. I know SmackDown, we touched on its parts, but a month ago, if you asked me what would be more chaotic, your SmackDown review show or SmackDown, I would have said SmackDown, and I would have told you to put money on it, but not tonight. Not tonight.
Thank you, James. James just threw something in there.
James chiming in saying, Alex P. Mill, Alex, your fantasy booking is elite. Yes. By the way, if you want more of this feller, definitely check out Sour Grabs. Alex has one of the best wrestling minds, especially for fantasy booking stuff. We have so much fun. Alex 2.0, great job taking over when Kate's internet turned heel. Kate, don't take that SRS shit. Thank you guys for the show. Oh, fuck. I'll take Sean's shit when he starts showing up at work again.
Wow.
Alex, you want to bring us home with
yes? Matthew Plus says even main eventing Dustin is better than Kate. I mean, I don't know what that means.
Thanks for the money.
Whatever.
Yep.
Hey, what's that over there? Says kind of sucks that Dustin and Cody will never wrestle FTR in a tag match.
Never say never.
Papa H is ready to buy Papa H is ready to buy AEW, so don't worry.
Oh yeah, if you listen to the internet.
That's what I hear. So let's look at all these ones that are just hanging out back here. Under a subject heading that just says Tyrus slander. Tony Miller says, I think God already separated the man from the talent when it comes to Tyrus.
Wow.
God separated the man from the talent.
Wow.
Oh my God, that's so funny.
Orion
47 in. Nice.
Orion Ben 666 says all this stupid S to get us Dakota versus Raquel again. Yeah, no, that's one thing that Triple H never got tired of. I'll tell you that much.
Is for sure.
At least we saw her back.
Yeah, that's true. We did. I have a very large back.
I got shoulders.
Jake Salazar says hashtag Karrion Kross for champ because he likes to troll me personally. And Bad Jambi says Kate, with all this Cross hate, makes me want to hear you sing his theme song next Tuesday. LOL. Terrible theme song.
Super chat it for $40.
I've been forced to sing it many times. Tom LaValle says it's Kate's hair dye heel turn now. She's a robot.
Look, if you dye your hair, you're a different person. Mandy Rose taught us that.
That's exactly right.
Oh, wow.
The Battle of One Jam Beard says also shout out to Buster on International Dog Day.
Oh, thank you. He actually did end up having a lot of treats today, unrelated, but he's having a good day, that Buster.
Is better than Wolverine, says Fightful turning into WCW 2000 before our eyes. LOL. The madman.
It was
in
as
charge of this
overbooked
place.
as ECW.
Jake Salazar says, can Linda and Sheila sing the Karrion Kross theme song? All you gotta do is say "Fall and Pray" over and over again, because that's it. That's the whole song. It's a horrible
Fall
song.
and pray. Fall and pray.
Right, fall and pray. There's pestilence and there's famine in there and some war, something you can't endure. Fall and pray. Ad nauseum. It's a terrible song. Thank you.
If you don't know what we're talking about, I'm sorry, but watch on Tuesdays.
Yeah, really, Brian says, since OG Alex is here, can we have William Regal sing "Give It Away" now? How does this video only have 104 likes? This has been a beautiful train wreck, and I'm glad I'm here for it live.
Please leave a thumbs up on this video. We'd really appreciate it. Let people find whatever this madness was in the algorithm tonight.
Yeah.
All right.
This was a good episode.
All right. What I've got, you've got to give it to your mama. What I've got, you've got to give it to your papa. What I got, you got to give it to your daughter. You do a little dance and then you drink a little water. What I got, you got to get it, put it in you, man with a mask. What I got, you got to get it, put it in you, you little tree to you. What I got, you got to get it, put it in you. Reeling with the thinking, don't stop, continue. I realize I don't want to be a miser, confide with Sly. You'll be the wiser. Young blood is an upriser. How long everybody want to keep it like the Kaiser? Give it away, give it away, give it away now. Give it away. I don't give it away for free. I can't kill if I'm a kingpin or a pauper. War games. Yeah, that's really weird. Anybody who doesn't watch our Tuesday show, but the thing that happens. And Carl R finally says, can we get a well, no, not that. Can we get a triple scissor to end the show?
Yeah, let's do this. I've been waiting for this all night. Let's go.
Wait, what are we doing?
Yeah. Come on. Figure it out, Kate. Figure it out. All right, there we go. Yeah.
Scissor me, Mama Kate.
Guys, what happened tonight?
Oh, it's a terrible thing that happened. Yeah.
Oh, man. Okay, we're cutting off Super Chats and Humper Chats, but the answer to this...
My way. Oh, Luis,
we're almost at 2 hours.
Luis, give me my lyrics.
Remember when the last thing you said to me was,
"Yeah,
hey, can we make this quick?"
It's like, we're gonna make this one quick. We're gonna make this one a breeze.
I was like, dude, I was like, we can do 20 minutes of SmackDown on 15 minutes of AEW Rampage. Boom, boom, bam.
Let's do
this. Give me my lyrics.
I turn a 2-hour podcast into 30 minutes every week. We can do this.
It's Sean's
okay, thank you. Okay, here we go. I'm not. Check out the melody. Check out my melody. You think you're special. You do. I can see it in your eyes. I can see it when you laugh at me. You look down on me and walk around on me. Just one more fight about your leadership, Sean, and I will straight up leave your shit because I've had enough of this, and now I'm pissed. Yeah, this time I'm gonna let it all come out. I'm gonna stand up and shout. I'm gonna do things my way. It's my way or the highway. This time I'm gonna let it all come out and stand up and shout. I already said that. Check out my melody. Why am I checking out your melody? I don't understand what's going on.
We're letting Alex OG do that one. I'm not prepared for this shit.
No, we're not.
It was originally for me.
We're not dragging you into Wheels of Impressions.
No. I have no idea what's going on, and I enjoy listening. I can partake in a little bit of it later on.
Guys,
it's all my husbands that were the limp ones. Let me tell you what. Anyway.
Bueno.
Alex. Sandwich Alex.
Yeah. There's a Sour Graps thing apparently following directly after this. I don't know why, but there is.
Are you still doing it?
Yeah, I'm gonna do it like a half-hour version and then call it
an abridged.
Because I owe the people.
Well, Alex, I want to say thank you for just like a white knight showing up when my internet crapped out, and knowing that if Sean hadn't come and ruined everything, you would have enhanced it. I really appreciate that about you. And Alex, tell the people where they can find you.
Bueno, mi gente, gracias por estar aquí esta noche en Fightful con Kate y Alex Palowski. That was just my my impression for when one day we have Fightful Latino.
We gotta get it, man. We gotta get it going.
Yes. Guys, you can follow me on Instagram is the best place to catch me. My OnlyFans has already been submitted, so I'm just waiting for them to accept me. But yeah, Alexis Cardoza on Instagram is where you'll find me. And from there, you can see all my nuttiness.
There you go. And if you want to see your own nuttiness, you got to use Manscaped. But we'll come back to that another day. Pulowski, other than Sour Graps, what do you have going on? Where can people find you? You're doing your own streams of late, my friend.
Yeah, no, I do a live stream of live reactions to the final hour of Raw. We call it the Sour Power Final Hour, and then I do the live reactions to the main event of Dynamite and also Rampage every week on my YouTube channel. It's Alex Sour Graps, all one word. Just search that and you'll find it. Follow me on the Twitter at Alex Sour Graps. And for some reason, right after this, I'm gonna go yell a little bit about SmackDown, I guess, just for a little bit, just a tad, just a smidgen. Sure. But please come over there and hang out.
You can catch that on Fightful Select, as well as so many stories about all of the AEW drama. Of course, your SmackDown plans that went up today, but you can catch me at Miss Kate Fabe on Twitter. You can also catch me on commentary at Excite Wrestling tomorrow on twitch.tv/Excite Wrestling. No E, straight to the Excite Wrestling, as well as every Tuesday with Alex, every Friday here, every Wednesday at the Mark Order podcast, talking all things All Elite. Thank you so much for sticking with us during this zany, weird little whatever this was. Thank you to Sean and to Alex for stepping in where my internet could not. Appreciate you guys. Have a safe and wonderful weekend. We're out.